I didn't think it was very difficult. I mean, they're both cosmopolitan cities, as we've mentioned, that have every amenity imaginable. It's probably slightly harder. It's probably slightly scarier to ride a bike in London than it is in New York. The cabbies here.
Cabbies in New York.
In Manhattan's just a straight line. You can just bike all the way down Riverside Park and you're fine.
I got hit by a cab while I was here. It's quite easy. I don't think it's very difficult. It's rents seem to be slightly lower in London. Food is slightly cheaper in London as well. Or what do you guys think?
Well, I'm from London, so the transition was easy and nice because I'm home. I suppose this year for me is less exciting than the year in New York, but I think that the transition is quite smooth. I was quite impressed that everyone here knew what we were all doing, which gave our egos a boost. So it was quite nice to be. We were very welcomed, and I think that was my main impression.
Well, in terms of biking, I think London is much easier than New York. Coming from a Dutchman, no, but and I think socially, personally for me, the transference was very easy. Academically, I think LSE being so.
We'll come back to the issue of kind of your experience at the two institutions, but just any other kind of practical, just thinking about the shift between the two cities.
I found it really easy besides the whole visa process. The visa application process was a bit of a nightmare, especially because I had booked this trip. I had planned my summer, so I would be heading I went from New York to California, where I'm from originally, to so New York, Washington, D.C., California, to the Dominican Republic, to Haiti, to the Dominican Republic again, to Puerto Rico, and then to London direct from Puerto Rico. And so I was planning on doing this by shipping half of my stuff and then bringing the rest in just one suitcase with me without this transition. And so that whole logistic part actually went really phenomenally. That was super smooth. The only problem was I was leaving the States very early, and you have to apply for your visa while you are in the United States if you are American. And I had to, applying as a Californian resident, I could not go directly into the consulate or the embassy. I had to mail my application to LA and wait what they told me would be 10 working days, which they later extended to be 15 working days. And luckily I received it within 14, which was the day of my flight.